Welcome everybody to Live with Hype, another session. And today we're going to talk to an entrepreneur, founder of a sports startup, which has created, I would say, a platform that can impact the future of fans in sports. I think, David, the idea is really to allow you, first of all, to share a little bit about what you do and how are you coping in the new reality we live in, but also to allow you to ask some questions. In the people that are joining us now live, and maybe later we'll see it in the recordings. There are a lot of startups which are, I believe, facing similar challenges, and also other members of the ecosystem like clubs, federation, brands, which are looking for, I would say, great innovations and great solutions, and really to maybe have better understanding on what is happening in the sport tech universe. So maybe you want to start with a quick intro.
Sure. So my name is David Edri, and I'm the CEO of Emaze. Emaze is a content creation platform that's on an IP, a patent in automatic design. And what we're able to do is we are able to convert fans into ambassadors for clubs. So that means that our AI system will actually create customized, automized, personalized websites for each and every fan based on their photos, media, videos, and so on. And we'll give them to the fan millions of websites where they can actually have their club's logo on it and theme, look and feel of their favorite club. This way, it will actually give the clubs a way to control an OTT channel. So think of it of like a personalized TV channel to all your fans. As if they were able to control their jerseys. Like think about any club that is actually able to control the jersey that the fans are putting on a game day or just because, and they are able to change the sponsor. You're able to give them direct messages and so on. So this is kind of a new media that we have developed for clubs to actually have more direct content with their fans versus the third-party access they currently have with social media now.
So if I got you right, let's say I'm an Arsenal fan, I will be able to have my own personal website, Amir, or company website?
No, Amir. Amir will have a website
where, Why would I need a personal website as a person? Is this something that is common?
Very. I mean, we've seen a trend that anybody that can afford it. Okay, anyone that can afford a website have a website. If you look at most of the celebrities or influencers, once they have enough followers, they wanna create their own website. And the reason for it is because social media doesn't give you the tools that you want to have a direct relationship with fans. The only way that you're able to have a direct relationship with your fans is to go direct with a website, because the only alternative will be either follow me or subscribe to me.
So let's say I'm a fan of Arsenal. And you think I will want to set up my own website. Let's say I'm working I'm just an employee, I don't know, in any company. Why would I need a website?
So this website will aggregate
my communication tool. It's a new communication tool as an individual.
It's an aggregated open platform social media, which means that we will aggregate all your feeds. So your Facebook feeds and posts will be there automatically. Your Instagram will be there. Your Twitter account will be there. Your YouTube account will be there. We pretty much combine and aggregate everything that you do online
So it's like a home base for all my online activity.
Exactly.
Which will be branded as Arsenal.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
And I have a lot of great examples to show you with some of the clubs if we'll have time to share the screen. But that's
please, you can do that. But explain to me the following.
Yes.
So okay, give us some ideas of have you already this is up and running already? Yeah, it's not just an idea.
Absolutely. I mean, through the Hype Accelerator, we actually were able to close several clubs. Let me just share my screen. And one of them was, this one. One of them is Real Sociedad, which, as you can see here, are you able to see my screen?
Yep.
Perfect. So if, with the Real Sociedad, as you can see, fans don't necessarily need to go here, because what we're able to do is we are able to create a website especially for them without them even having to go here. We will be sending them to a private message with their link.
So it's basically like Wix for build your own free website from the company, with the company logo. So here I get to the Real Sociedad. This is the Real Sociedad website, and it gives me the opportunity to download this app or this website, or the tool. How does it work?
Exactly. So it's not download. Everything is web-based, and our servers. So the way it works is Real gave us a consent to connect to all their users. We were able to, what you just saw now, the loading thing was connecting into Instagram API. What we did is we collected, as you can see, the photos here of that user. And we just created 6 different websites automatically based on our media. So if you click on one of the templates that we just created live, you can see that we will use their name, their photos, their images, everything will be here. So, and as you can see, the
Caroline Duer, that's like a real person, so-called. Yes. And now this is her website.
Correct. Now, as you can see here, that will be her Instagram account, which is live.
Yeah.
And that means that every post that she will make, it will automatically update. It will be with her Facebook account.
I need something like this instead of juggling between Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter and whatever.
Exactly. And the great thing about it is that now look at what the club is actually getting. So the club, Real Sociedad here, is getting an OTT channel, which they have an unlimited resources of pretty much just sending anything that they want to their fans. So they have millions of fans all around the world. If each of them will actually convert, they will have this on each and every one of their websites. So every fan become an ambassador for them, where they can get, clicks.
What is the actual name of the website?
I'm sorry?
What will be the name? Let's say this lady, it's, I don't know, Caroline. It will be what? Caroline.@realsociedad.com or
so right now it will be Emaze.me/Caroline.
What about Real Sociedad? She probably wants to have the name of the club on top, no?
Right. So that is a possibility. But the thing is that if you look at the big picture, okay, so the big picture will also be connecting. Oh, by the way, this is also, every player of your club will actually have their own templates in here, which also will combine everything, all their Twitter, all their social media. The club itself will own the group, so anyone that is joining will pretty much be part of it. So the nice thing about it, that every fan that joins will actually be exposed to all the messages and posts that any of the official players will be. So you can see that we aggregated their Instagram and Twitter. So you don't really need to go and look up for every single player. Everything here is all combined. So you actually have everything in one place, so they can actually own the engagement and after the game buzz.
Interesting. What is your expectation, and maybe some kind of, from the experience you have, how many, how many people from the club do you expect to actually use this tool?
So what we've seen is, we've worked with a few clubs so far, and without naming names, I don't want to reveal any statistics, but we've seen something that is very similar across the board. We've seen that about 60% of the followers are public, and about 50% of them are actually have media. So let's just say for every, it's about 30%. So 30% so 30,000 out of every 100,000 are we're able to convert.
Okay, what about clubs which are not familiar with their fans? They don't have the data of their fans.
So you don't need any data.
Which is, as we know, it's a major issue. Even if they have them on Facebook, it's, if they don't have it on the CRM, what can they do with that?
So that's exactly what we do. I mean, if you have it on Facebook, once you have followers on Facebook and followers on Instagram, that's where we come in. They give us a consent, and we are kind of managing their page only for reaching out to the users, because the only thing that we need is a public ID. So Instagram ID or Facebook ID. We are connecting into the official API. We're collecting the data, creating those websites, and sending that as a gift to all the fans.
So now it's a good time for gifts.
Now it's a good time for gifts, and it's also a very good time for engaging fans because of, seats are kind of empty in all the stadiums. So a lot of the clubs definitely saw this opportunity, and really, we've been able to close multiple clubs in 2 Zoom calls, which is amazing.
So in the future, let's say Arsenal, will have, I don't know, some million of followers, which they can broadcast directly to their website. They can update them and change the sponsor instantly and communicate directly anything they want to communicate. And for a fan, I can have aggregated platform for everything.
Correct. Now, on the website, it's not only that you have aggregated social media. Your friends are also able to follow you. So if you're able to follow friends, clubs, teams, you are able to follow. So it's an open platform social media where if I follow you, if I follow you on your Arsenal personal website, I will get notification every time you post on any social media. So it will save me so much time to actually look you up in every platform that you engage with and you're active. And this way I'm getting everything come to me. So all I need is I just, follow you once, and then everything that you would like to connect into your website will be connected.
Good.
Now, the great thing about it is also think about the engagement, right? I mean, Facebook was the best platform ever, and then it kind of like lost engagement by more than 50%.
Yeah.
And then Instagram actually came in and become the trendy platform, and then TikTok, and then who knows what. The great thing about it is that once you are connecting everything through Emaze, you won't have to start from scratch, because if you need to build yourself on TikTok, you start from zero. And once the followers are on Emaze already, you already have most of them as a direct relation relationship where you can actually get them engaged on your next social media.
Now, David, let's speak a little bit about monetization. I'm looking at it from two heads. A head of the startup, because we work with a lot of startups in the space, and it's not a secret that it's not easy to charge the clubs. The clubs obviously having difficult year, and usually I would say it would be fair to say that they're not used to. I would say they're not happy to pay usually to some kind of services like this. They see always, you come to us, you get our logo. That's, you should appreciate that. But startups, you need to pay salaries, develop your product. How do you consolidate that in terms of your business model? How do you, and what is the business model with, let's say Rias Ciudad or anybody else in terms of monetization for them and for you?
So,
as principles, because I know this is very interesting for other startups and for other clubs.
Yes. So, at the beginning, where we thought we wanted everybody to pay us because we worked really hard. But at the end, we realized, okay, the clubs are actually, getting their fans. They're helping with the engagement. They're doing their job. We help with the technology. So what we do is not only that we don't charge the clubs, we actually pay the clubs. We are getting sponsors, and we are doing a rev share with the clubs. So it's actually not only that we're able to connect them directly with their fans, we're able to get them sponsors, like international sponsors like Adidas, Coca-Cola, and so on, to come and sponsor all their fans by putting their logo or any advertisement on the fan.
So you're coming now to the club and says to them, we are not only going to give you a monetization platform engagement, but we're also going to generate business for you from tomorrow, from one day. You also have the salespeople to go out and bring the partners, the sponsors?
That's correct.
Wow. Now, complicated.
I don't want to promise, this. It's not one day.
Yeah.
Sorry, it doesn't take exactly one day, but once we actually see the engagement level of the fans, because every club is different, right? And every fan is different. Once we know how many views they got, how many followers, how the engagement is going, then we can do a showcase and send that to sponsors, and then we can get a really big time sponsors to come in and pay money for those fans and engagements.
Okay. Have you done that before in terms of, have you managed to partner a sponsor already to a club? Because naturally it seems like they have the access to their sponsors. Why would they allow you to do that? There also could be a conflict of interest.
So that's a great question. That's what we thought at the beginning. But once the clubs get the sponsors, they want everything included. So, they don't want to pay additional for another channel. If they say we have Emaze, then they will say, okay, the money I gave you is already included in Emaze. So Emaze is separate. Emaze is a digital platform for media that is actually reaching out to sponsors. Now, if the clubs want to get their sponsors onto Emaze, then the rev share will be lower, and that's also we're able to integrate that as well. But most of the time, we will go and get our own sponsors to engage and pay for the engagements.
Wow, good. So basically, you've created an asset, a media asset, which can be monetized by the club, and you have revenue share out of that from sponsors.
Yes. So at the beginning, what I couldn't really understand is that content owners like clubs, they own the players, they own the stadium, they own the content, they own the game, and the media rights and so on. But digitally, they're not able to engage or actually monetize on it, because all social media is making 100% of the money, and I didn't think it's fair. So what we wanted to do is actually create an open platform social media that will enable the content owner to actually have the power back into their hands and be able to connect to their fans whenever they wanted and be able to monetize it, because I think it's only fair.
Yeah, but you basically, let me be the devil's advocate for a second. You're moving them from Facebook to Emaze. You're not really giving them full control. You still own the platform.
No. So we own the platform, that's for sure, but we don't move them away from any other social media, because the live feed that you get from Facebook, they're still getting their page views, they're still getting their likes, they're still getting everything through Emaze. We are sending all the fans to the original content once they click on it. So they will go to Facebook and like it and comment on it. They will go to Instagram and and the view for YouTube is also counted on YouTube. So everybody wins.
Yeah, but they still, if they were, all their assets were at Facebook, now they moved, they added additional third party, which is okay, yeah? But they're still in your hand. It's not that you gave them their own platform to manage.
I didn't get that, sorry.
Clubs, I know, they're looking for independence and to manage their own fans. Once one of the senior guys at Arsenal told me, we have, hundreds of million followers on the social media, but what the hell can I do with a like? Because it's not mine, it's over there. Yep. I can sell them a t-shirt maybe over there with a link, but I don't control it. You gave them a better tool, but still they're not controlling it. Tomorrow you can close the shop and and that's it.
So absolutely not. As what I told you before is actually that we give them a direct access to the followers. So every fan is giving the authority for us to actually share the email address with the club. So they're getting the direct relationship with each and every fan. We will give them their email address, their pixel. Even if tomorrow, God forbid, and we will, close shop, they will still remain with all the data that we have collected for them. So, and they're able to continue their targeting.
Okay, great. So they get the data, which they don't get on Facebook.
Exactly. So they get all the direct relationship with the
email and all the stuff that you don't get usually in Facebook. Yeah.
Correct. So just to let you know, for any club that is that's sending a post to all their fans, only 1 to 3% of the amount of fans will be exposed to their post. So that means for every 100 followers they have, only up to 3 people will be exposed to the post.
One out of 100 followers will see the post on Instagram or Facebook?
Correct.
Sorry, 3 out of 100?
1 to 3%, yes. So 3 out of 100 will be exposed to it. And what we're able to do is, because we are turning them into a direct relationship and making them their ambassadors, not only that the direct relationship, the direct fan will see it 100%, but also their friends and family will also be exposed to it. So we are making 10x, while Facebook and Instagram is making 1 to 3%.
Yeah, got it. Now, there is an interesting conversation now which we are engaged in about the future. We all know that with COVID, everything was pushed forward in terms of processes and automation and this type of ideas which you're introducing, and which now everybody is online, everybody is at home, people want better communication, better social engagement, to see games together, and everything is now speeding up. I'm interested to hear your thoughts about how do you see, let's say, 2-3 years from now, 5 years from now, how the engagement will be in clubs and federations with these type of technologies. How do you see, what happened? Let's say we have we travel in time and we wake up in 3 years' time. How is it going to be?
So, definitely the corona, the COVID-19 has, expedited things to move online. Okay. But let's not forget, I mean, we had this demand for intimacy, and direct relations with between clubs and fans even before that. I believe that, fans want much more than just going to the stadium. They want to get behind the scenes photos. They want to get, dressing room or, stories and what's going on in practice. So they really want customized content. They want something that's the clubs already collect, but they don't really have the channels to spread it around to all those fans. And what we're able to do is to give them that channel, to give them a way to control it directly, to push it. Every time that they're sending something to their fans, they don't need to ask our permissions. We give them free hands to connect directly with their fans, because I don't think it's up to us to tell clubs what they should do with their fans. They're the best ones to actually know what their fans want, and it's not up to me to give them guidelines and restrictions on what to do and what not to do. And as you said, I think in 3 years from now, I believe that every fan will have different, multiple different websites that they represent. If you love, the Warriors, on a game day, you will have a Warriors website, and then in a click of a button, you will switch into Arsenal, or you can click into the 49ers. So every fan is identified with multiple teams. And what we're able to provide is we are able to provide to keep their content and just change the skin that they actually want to present it with.
Got it. Now, this is special times now in terms of fundraising, in terms of, operating, growing. How is a young startup coping in this new life we live in?
We are hanging out there, we're hanging there, and we are actually raising our A round currently, and we're talking with a few investors. So
how far much money are you raising?
We're looking for $5 million.
$5 million. How much you've raised so far?
We raised $5 million already.
You already raised $5 million.
Yes, in the past, and now we are raising another round. Yes,
so
I mean it's
this is A round, the $5 million that you're raising now, yeah.
The A round will be 5 to 10 million, but again, currently what we need is about a 5 million to get where we need to hire more developers, to hire our biz dev, our sales team. As you just mentioned, we need to reach out to all those big corporations and sponsors to come and and sponsor those teams. So we definitely need the people to do so.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself. This is your first startup?
This is my fifth startup. I already I've been in the Silicon Valley for about 20 years. Before I came back to Israel, and I had multiple exits there, all of them in the social media, online marketing space. So I was fortunate enough that able to invest my own money here in the company until this thing until my vision is actually where I want it to be.
Wow. So you're a very experienced entrepreneur, and share with us a little bit. How are you different from the first startup you ran? What have you learned? What are you doing different now? Give us some winning tips.
First of all, is scale. So I think at the beginning you can never comprehend that you need to build everything to scale up. Currently, we have our users built over 120 million digital content on our platform. we have over 50 million users that are using our platform with multiple different features and services. So scale is definitely the first one. Secondly is always think big. Don't put a limit on your dreams. Like always think that you will, control the world. Some of the investors, the Israeli investors, unfortunately, I spoke with, always were afraid from when I pitched them. We're like, this is too big. And I said, okay, well, if I get to dream, why not dream big? They always wanted to sell fast, even when we got an offer to acquire the company, which I thought it's still not the full potential. I resisted, and I didn't want to sell, and I want to go to I see the big picture.
So playing big, and dreaming big, and see the big picture. What else?
Scale. So definitely make sure that this is able to
So
hold.
you're raising more money from day one. As a young entrepreneur, you probably raised 500, 300K. Now you raised already 5 million, and now you're looking to raise 5 to 10.
Yes.
All right. What else is different in your in the way you, I don't know, take employees, do partnerships, connect with other organizations? What's different?
So I'm always looking for the win-win spot. Okay, so when I sell to clubs, when I go and I pitch to clubs, I want to make sure that they actually have a must-have and not a nice-to-have. So what we're offering is a must-have for clubs. We are also offering the sponsors also have a must-have, because when we go to sponsors, they also get to see and implement their pixel and don't really just believe us on what we say they got conversions. They are able to put an ROI on our services. So I'm always looking for that win-win, even if I will make less, even if we will not make as much as we could have. I always make sure that it's going to be fair, and I'm always looking at the long run and the big picture.
Got it. Now, when you look at the next 6 months, what is your game plan? You have this deal with Real Sociedad. You have other clubs. What is the game plan? How are you going to scale up? Are you waiting for the money? Do you have other people working with you? How many people in the team?
We have 11 people in the team, and we are not waiting for anything. So currently we are going live very, very soon, like as soon as hopefully next week. We're just waiting for the confirmation with Real Sociedad. They're the first one to go live. Elche will go next. We have a club in Israel as well that will go next. And then we will start building the use cases in order to go and approach the sponsors. Once we have that, I believe that the money will start flowing. Clubs will start getting paid. And again, if you think about it, I don't want to approach too many clubs at once. I mean, think about, Real Madrid or Barcelona fan that will see that, most of Real Sociedad fans have a website with Real Sociedad on it. They would actually go to their clubs and say, how come we don't have that? Now, the only company in the world that actually can do that is Emaze, because we own the patent. And, we are scalable. Everything is done automatically. So we are able to create millions and millions of customized websites for all those fans and clubs. So I believe that the way it will actually turn, and then the clubs will come to us to say, hey, let's work together. We'll bring the fans. We need your tools to actually engage and work and monetize with our fans.
Got it.
Yeah.
I think I ran out of questions. I think this is really amazing. I know the company, but hearing the story from you and what you've been being to create, it's just now about the ability to really get those successful use cases, as you call it, or case studies. So then you can duplicate it and prove the validation of the business model, because it's not an easy business model to have, to be able to sell to the cloud, but also run and bring the sponsors. If you've done it before, I understand, the reason for raising quite a lot of money now, because it does require a very skillful, I would say, structure and people, which can do that. Good. Any questions you want to ask or to share, or anything else you want to share before we wrap up?
No, I think if just for the fans out there to follow the teams they love and admire, and once we have a contract with them, we'll get to them eventually. So hopefully, one by one, we'll be with all clubs out there in all the sports. It doesn't have to be football, soccer, basketball. It's actually fit everything.
Great. Now at Hype, we're now starting a new cycle of our global virtual accelerator with a process, as we call the brand test, when we allow startups to pitch to brands, top brands, as you've done. Maybe you want to share, just for people interested, how was it for you? What did you get out of it?
So, first of all, we got contracts out of it. So that's one thing. We were very fortunate that we were the first one to sign a contract in the accelerator. The introductions and the warmth, the relationship that you guys brought to the game was amazing. I didn't feel like I'm pitching an outsider. I felt like they came and were part of the game. They actually told us their problems. They were really looking for solutions. And once we told them what we can do, they were very intrigued. We did, few meetings, few demos, and then contract was signed. So thank you very much for all the intros you brought. I mean, A Game is, the best clubs, out there. That's for sure. All of them were, into technology. Were very savvy. They got everything. They were looking for the best solution out there. And if you got a good solution, I think that's the best place to be.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Now, last question, David. You're doing this for 20 years. You already had your exits. I don't know, doesn't your wife, or I don't know, yourself or your friends tell you, what the hell do you need that? It's bloody hard.
Yeah,
Why are you doing that?
Entrepreneurs are kind of like sadists. They keep. You can never be happy with what you got. It's in my blood. I always want to innovate. I always want to fix what's wrong in the world. And I think that's where the new technology that exists. There is always a place for another company, another technology that can give a very good solution. And it excites me. It excites me to work with, to get something out of nothing. And maybe I need therapy, but we'll see.
No, I love it, and I can really connect to that. I also ask myself sometimes, what the hell? Why do I take all those big projects? Why do I? But I think there is the sense of achievement, and I spoke to one of our partners in esports, and he said, I asked him about his passion, and he said, my passion is competitions and winning in anything I do. So I think there is something in that, and there is also about the idea of being able to impact. to leave something behind, to impact people in anything we do.
Exactly. I mean, in one of the pitch that we gave, some people that said that our solution is too good to be true, and that's exactly where I'm going for, because again, I mentioned the win-win, so if all the parties will be getting the win, then our solution is really what I was hoping for it to do. We're not here to ride a success of someone else. We're here to be the platform that's actually let people share, let people communicate, and really give them everything they need. Hopefully, I mean, as much as we are able to do. But that's yeah.
David,
Yes.
I think it was inspiration for me, and I'm sure for our listeners and viewers around the world. I want to thank you for joining us today, and really, we are, we're going to follow you and support you, and hopefully we can come back to this recording in a few years' time and see what was achieved. And I, really want to thank you for joining us today.
Thank you very much for everything you've done so far, and for this amazing tool and startup that you've made, and given us the opportunity to connect to those amazing clubs.
Thank you very much. Bye, David.